Yo, what's the dealio, y'all? Look, check this out, man. In this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a TradingView tutorial, all right? Inside and out. So TradingView, right? If you want to make money in the stock market, if you want to trade and you want to be successful, you need to get TradingView, right? You need to get TradingView. Now, let me be clear and let me say this. If you're not trading using like TradingView, like being able to see the charts and see indicators and EMAs and all that stuff, if you're not able to look at the charts, trading without TradingView is like driving a car without looking at the road. All right, you don't know what you're seeing. So be sure. I don't know how any of you guys are trading without TradingView, but we're gonna give a tutorial and I'm gonna show you how to use the tool. Okay, now I don't know every single thing on TradingView. I'm gonna show you my account, what I use, how to set up your indicators, all right? I can't tell you every single thing. That would be like a 3-hour video, but what I can do is I can show you how to use TradingView and make 6 figures a year. That's what I can do, all right? So I'm gonna go in my TradingView and I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown of everything, all right? So let's get it. All right, y'all. So the market is open right now. So you're going to see things moving right here. But so this is TradingView. This is inside of my account right here. We got Robinhood. I was charting out some things. But so on your right side right here, you're going to have your watch list. Okay. So when we look at the watch list, when we see the watch list right here, there we go. When we look at the watch list, so in order to add something to your watch list, you're going to add symbol, right? But in order to create a watch list, you want to go to right here, and then you're going to go to create new list. If you already have a list, this is how you add new ones, right? If you want to make a list, then you're just going to make a list, right? So you add one to your watch list, and then that'll be your list. So right here is the name of your trading watch list, right? So as you can see, this is my day trading watch list. So my day trading watch list is stocks that I'm trading consistently that I'm always looking at. All right. So these are stocks that I'm usually always looking at. Right now, I go right here and I can have different watch lists. So I got a crypto stocks watch list. Right. Crypto stocks. This right here is a crypto stocks watch list. So all of the stocks that have to do with crypto, I have under here. Right? Because I'm not looking at these and trading them every single day, right? If you want to, you can have an index fund watch list. All I would do is I would go here, go to create new list, and then I would type in a symbol list name. So let's say index fund watch list. All right, we save that, and then boom. So then I would just add all of my index funds. So VOO, right? VTI, TI, all right, VUG. I love Vanguard's ETFs. What else? SPY is an index fund ETF, right? QQQ, all right? So boom. So that's what I would do with that right there. Now, this right here is super dope. This is one of my favorite things. So you see how, so let me go back to my day trading watch list. So you see how, let's just say on Robinhood, on my watch list right here, you see how if I go to shop, it has levels, right? Or I go to a different stock, let's go to Apple. You see how I have all these levels right here? So what happens if I want to clean it up? What happens if I want to have less lines? What I would do is I go here, and the same way you can create a new watch list, you could create a new chart of all these stocks right here, okay? So go here, and then you go to create new layout. Create new layout. So let's say I want to create clear charts because I want to start analyzing for leap trades. All right, leaps. Boom. Okay, do that, and then it opens up right here. And now all of my charts are clean because this is under leaps. So I have a swing trade swing charts. All right. And now I have my indicators for when I'm analyzing swings, right? So when I want to look at daily, my day trades, and my charts for my day trades. So these are all my charts for my day trades. This is gonna have a lot of levels and stuff like that, right? But for my swing trades, it might have less levels because I want to see a little bit more clearer, right? So look at Robinhood right here. It's a lot of levels, right? And this is on a 15-minute. But if we go to my swing trade layout right here, and it doesn't have any levels, right? But because I'm looking at it from a daily perspective, so it has levels, but it's more so for swing trades. So this allows me to look at everything from a much clearer perspective. All right. So now we're going to go to leaps because this is a new layout. It doesn't have any indicators, right? No indicators. So we're going to go to the indicators that I use. So first one, we're going to go to, there's no indicators, right? Only volume. So volume right here, it helps. I like the volume indicator right there because it shows the volume. The next one, going to type in moving average exponential. So I go to moving average exponential. I'm going to click this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to create my moving averages. So I have a 9 moving average I like to use. Then I'm going to go to the 21 moving average. I use a 9 and a 21 moving average. I also like the 50. Okay. And then I like the 200. Okay. Boom. So that's how I create my EMAs. Now you see these are almost all the same colors. So for my 9, let's say I want to do, I go to style. That's volume, my bad. Let's say I want to do the 9 EMA. I can keep the 9 EMA blue. I'll make the 21 EMA. I'll make the 21 EMA red. Okay, you see how it changed the color right there? I'll make the 50 EMA yellow right here. And then I'll make the 200 EMA. I'll make the 200 EMA. We could keep it purple. All right, we'll keep it purple. If you want it to be thicker, then you go down here, make it a little bit thicker. If you want to be thinner, cool, right? So these are the EMAs right here. So now we got the EMAs. If you want to turn them on or off, you just go to this eyeball right here and you turn it on and you turn it off, right? Just like that. Boom, right? So those are the EMAs right there. The next thing that we would set up is going to be the VWAP. All you do is type in VWAP. All right? Volume weighted average price. You click on that. That's going to pop up right here. You go here to settings, and then you take this off, you take this off, and then VWAP. I would change this. I like to make it green. So boom, I make it green. Now we good to go. Now you can see the VWAP. If you go to the 30-minute time frame, you could be able to see where the VWAP is at. All right. So I like the VWAP. Going to the VWAP. So you got inputs right here. I don't pay attention to any of this stuff right here. I just keep it nice and simple. I do take off the upper and the lower band though, because I don't need that. All right. And then visibility, keep that how it is. Okay. So boom. So now we got the VWAP and we got the EMAs. Next thing is indicators. If you want to, you can use a Bollinger Bands. I like using them sometimes. All right. Bollinger Bands right here. Probably these ones. No, I don't use this one. I don't use that one. Let me delete that. Let me go and see Bollinger Bands. Go to, nope, not the Bollinger Bars, Bollinger Bands. I forget what, Bollinger Bands. Let's see if this is the one. There we go. All right, so then this is the Bollinger Bands that I use, right? So what I would do is I go to settings and then go to style. So you have your basis, your upper, and your lower, right? Now you can, so your lower, so look, let me turn off all the EMAs so you can see. All right. Now, so your upper band is going to act like a resistance. Your bottom band is going to act like support, and your middle band is going to act like the VWAP, right? So that's how I like to look at these right here, right? So when you go back to it, you can just make it whatever color. So for my mid, my basis, I have it to be clear or white, and then top and bottom right there, all right? I did a video about Bollinger Bands, so if you want to learn how to use Bollinger Bands, be sure to click, go watch the video about Bollinger Bands, okay? Now, this is how you use Bollinger Bands, and then what you can do is go to settings and then go to inputs, and then basis type. Because I use the EMAs, I would make it EMA, and then length, go 20 source. 20 EMA, you could do the 21. All right, cool. All right, cool. So now your Bollinger Bands are set up. All right, super simple. So I'm gonna turn it off. Boom. All right, so I'll turn it off. So those are basically the main indicators that I use on an everyday basis. All my other indicators, I use them every now and then, but these indicators right here. These ones can they can make you a lot of money. All right, so we're just gonna focus on those. Now, let's say I want to chart out my levels, right? First things first, I have a MacBook, okay? So if I want to make this bigger and smaller, I'm gonna click on the right side right here and go up and down, right? If I want to go like this, I just use my two fingers and I go up and I go down to make it go, right? And if I want to go up and down, I click on it and then I go up and down right here, right? Now, some other cool things that you can do is, so right here, these are your tools. I usually only use like this tool right here for a trend line, and then like over here, right? But if you want to use other tools, go right here. So for trend line, this is how I map out my levels. So I click that, and then let's say I want to create a level right here. I click on Option H, and then it'll make a straight line all the way through, all right? If I want to make the line bigger, I just go right there. If I want to make it smaller, I go right here. Okay, super simple. If I want to make it a dash line, I do that. If I want to make it a dotted line, I do that. All right, so super simple. If I want to delete this, just click on delete. All right, so that's the trend line. That's really like the only tool over here. I don't use any of this other stuff. I try to keep my charts very simple. I don't like over complicating things. I like to keep things very simple. All right. So the next one is this right here. This is the Fibonacci retracements. I don't really use the Fibonacci retracements, but if you want to, you can. I'll make a video about fibs at a different time. All right. This is a patterns right here. I don't use any of this right here. Right here. I don't use too much of this right here, but let me see. If you want to, you can. This is a risk to reward. So let's say you're trying to like get in a trade, right? And you can say, okay, I'm gonna enter in a trade, and this is gonna basically be able to show my risk to my reward. You get what I'm saying? And then you can set what the risk is, what you're gonna risk, your entry price, and all that stuff, and then it'll be able to show you and calculate what those things are, right? But I don't use this a lot, right? I've used it a couple times, but I don't use it a lot. But that's what that is. So right here, geometric shapes. I used to use this arrow maker right here for videos, right? But now instead of that arrow maker, I like using this arrow because it's slimmer and it's thinner. So blue arrow, if you want to change the color, and come up here, change the color, right? And Just click on here and whatever you want to, use. For this rectangle right here, when I'm mapping out certain things on the rectangle, so let's just say yesterday, on here, let's say I'm trying to show something. Let's say I see a fair value gap, right? 2, 3. So if I want to like show something, I'll come here and then I'll go to the rectangle. And then I want to map out something. I just click that, and then I will make it bigger, and then boom. All right. So I can make this rectangle if I'm trying to show something. I usually use this when I see gaps. All right. So something real good is right here. You have your regular trading hours. Click this, and I'll turn on your extended trading hours. This is how you'll be able to see your after hours and also your before. Your pre-market trading hours right here, right? So let's say a stock gaps up or it gaps down, right? So we're gonna go here to delete it. So let's go to Meta real quick. Let's go to Meta. Where's Meta at? Right there. All right, so let's go to Meta. So let's say Meta gapped up, right? From here to here. So if we go to the daily time frame on Meta, it gapped up. So if I'm trying to find a gap and I'm trying to look at it, I'll go right here, click that, and then I'll go here to here, right? That way, when I go to my 15 or 30 minute time frame, it's there. And so now I can clearly see that this is a gap. And so if I'm trading, I can see, okay, this is a gap. So it's probably gonna come and try to fill this gap right here. All right. So that's how I trade that, and that's how I like to use that tool right there. Okay. Smiley faces, I don't use these really. Right here, annotation tools, I'll use the text, right? If I need to put something in here, click on it, type in whatever, right? Trading is amazing, right? Boom, right? Click on it, delete it, it goes away. All right. I don't use any of these other tools right here, really. I don't need all of this extra stuff, but these are the main ones I use and really just mapping out levels. All right. Now, time frames. All you need to do is right here, I would just go right here, time interval, and then go to 1 minute, 5, 10, 2 minute, whatever you want to use. Me personally, I recommend the 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and a 1 day, and a 1 week. So in order to get them to show, you want to highlight the star. So I'm actually going to take the star off on that 1 minute, and you see how it went away right there. So now I really only have the 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly. All right. If you want to see anything else, then you go here. All right. If you want to see, 12-month time frame, 1 month, then you just click that, and then it will show you the monthly time frame for the particular stock. All right. So we're going to go here, and then I'm going to take that off. Boom. All right. So that's how you use that. Right here is your candles. So if you want to use, let's just say you want to use some different types of candles, you can use hollow candles, right? If you want it to look like that, you can use volume candles. If you want it to look different. Oh, that's upgrade now. I don't need that. If you want to use a line, I don't really recommend a line unless you're like maybe trying to create resistance and support, but I don't usually use that one. But you could go in and out of it, right? So you can use this for, one thing, and then you could go back and you could use this if you need it, and then you could go back to these types of bars as well. All right. Everybody has different types of candles that they like to use. That's fully up to you. Me personally, I just like to keep it simple, and I just like to keep it cool, and just use these candles right here because this is how I was taught, and these, definitely let me know what's going on and where we need to go. All right. So that is the candles. That's the indicators. Right here we got alerts. All right. So you could basically create an alert right here. It's just self-explanatory, right? Set the alert for whatever's happening. If it's crossing, if it's greater than, less than, inside of a channel that you created, If it's moving down a percentage, this is no different from setting an alert in your phone. All right. And then you just create it and then it'll go. All right. And then another good thing is if you go to your home, if you go home, right here, you have something called market. So you have a lot of these tabs right here, but you have markets. And then you go to stocks and then you go to overview. Now right here, it has something very important. So you have overview and then you can go to quotes. Now this is gonna let you know what's going on. So you got all stocks, top gainers, biggest losers, large cap, small cap, largest employers, pre-market losers, most volatile, all-time lows. So if you see a stock and you're like, I wonder what's going on with it, or you want to like, maybe you like reversals. So you can go to 52-week low and then it'll show you the stocks that are at their 52-week low, right here. So you may find a stock, you may not. A lot of these stocks, depending on which category, is going to be like penny stocks from what I be seeing. Even though this is a penny stocks section, but it's a lot of penny stocks. Like even 52-week lows, a lot of these stocks are super low, right? So like I've tried to use this, but I can't find a lot of stocks that are like quality, right? They're all just super cheap. And a lot of these stocks that are like super low, you can't even trade options with them, right? So then you could go to oversold if you like trading oversold and trading reversals, right? So these are all oversold. Click on it right here, and then you can see, what's going on the chart. So you go here and you go to full chart, and then boom, it'll show the chart. And as you can see, this stock right here on the daily, it opened up in November, opened up at $4, and now it's less than a penny. So that's how you do that right there. Come back. You could go to 52-week high stocks. So all these stocks right here are at 52-week highs. Okay. So let's say it's a new trading day and you want to, maybe find some stocks. All right. So you go back to your charts right here, and then you go to stock screener. Right. Got it. And then boom. So this right here will tell you what people are doing with these stocks. Sell on Apple, sell on Nvidia, Microsoft is neutral, Meta is a buy, AVGO is a sell, JP Morgan is a buy. So you can go here and you can see what analysts are saying about stocks. And then you can say, okay, if they're saying sell on Home Depot, let's go to Home Depot. And let's see how Home Depot is going today. All right, 15-minute time frame. Today, Home Depot is kind of selling off. Well, not really. It opened up right here, 361, and it's at 361. So, yeah. But it's saying that, they're saying that you should sell. Maybe saying it's overvalued or whatever the case may be. All right, yesterday, it opened up at 354, and it went all the way to 362, right? But today, this was an irrational move, so Home Depot really might come down, right? If Home Depot breaks below 359, then it could definitely come down to 354, right? So this is a stock screener right here, all right? That's the main one that I use right there. I don't really use like the Pine editor or anything like that. If you do want to, I'm going to exit out of this right quick. So let's say you do want to replay your trades, then got it. You could go here and then you could replay your trades. All right. So you go there and then it'll replay the actual trade. All right. So that's how you use the replay tool. I haven't really used the replay tool too much. Whenever I analyze stocks, I'm just like looking at them and like just going over my actual charts because I know where my entry and my exit was at. All right. So yeah. So that is TradingView. That is how I use it. Like I say, to make levels, I just go right here and I click Option H, and then I do that right there. All right, but that's TradingView. That's the main tool that you need to be able to go make 6 figures a year trading. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry if there's anything that I missed, but those are the main things that I use on a every single day basis. And you know, I'm doing pretty well using TradingView. So so yeah, I wanted to make this tutorial because I'll be getting a lot of questions about it. If you want to get TradingView and you don't have it yet, click the link in the description. I have my affiliate link, and you could go get TradingView. And I think your first month is like 50% off or something like that. So always remember, get out of your head and go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. And also always remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right, I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Peace.